Growing up in eastern Kentucky, I heard this music, that my mom and dad was playing around the house all the time, and local people playing and singing. And of course, the Grand Ole Opry, you get to hear Bill Monroe and Flat and Skaggs and people like that on the Grand Ole Opry. You go to somebody's house, they had a banjo and a fiddle and a mandolin or something, and they were playing, and so it was kind of part of the DNA of the land there. Everybody, I can't say everybody played, but there was a lot of players and a lot of singers. And people did it for joy. They didn't really do it for money. They didn't do it, nobody was making money and doing something like that, unless you were traveling and a real professional. But we did it for pastime. That's what music was for me. That was that creative outlet, that I had. Of course, when I was 5 years old, my dad bought me a mandolin and stuck it in my bed, and I woke up to this little mandolin about this big. A lot of kids carry around a little blanket, as their little fun thing to hold on to, but that mandolin became my blankie. I took it everywhere I went. I'd be in the back seat of the car, I'd be in my grandpa's pickup truck or wherever, and I'd have that mandolin with me, and it was always there, and I would play it. Something that was fueling that gift that was in me to play and sing. Bill Monroe became my hero at age 6 for me. I'd been playing the mandolin not quite a year, and Bill Monroe came to a little town, Martha, Kentucky, not too far from where I was raised, to the high school, and we went and saw him. We saw about 30 minutes of his show, and then some of the neighbors started requesting to let little Ricky Skaggs get up and sing a song. And I think they'd seen me at church or Butler's grocery store, wherever I was playing my little hot spots there in Blaine, Kentucky. He, invited me up on stage, and of course I don't think he really knew how little Ricky Skaggs was when he invited me up. I don't think he had an idea that he was getting a 6-year-old on stage with him. So I come up there and he asked me what I played. I told him I played the mandolin, and so that was what he played. So he kind of laughed a little bit and took his big, Gibson F5, which was that big, it was like a guitar size for my little 6-year-old body frame, but he wrapped the strap around and made it fit me, and there I stood and played, his big mandolin and sang a song called "Ruby, Are You Mad at Your Man?" A great 6-year-old song to be singing. But that night I fell in love with a man that loved his music. He was passionate about his music. We became great friends later on, and I used him in a video I shot here in New York City called Country Boy. He danced in it and twirled a bunch of people around on a subway, at 3 o'clock in the morning. So it was a great video. I came to Nashville, and my heart was to try to bring tradition back to country music, but also bring the elements of bluegrass into that with the harmonies, because the harmonies I was singing with "Crying My Heart Out Over You" and "Wouldn't Change If I Could," those were 3-part bluegrass lead, tenor, high, baritone vocals that was prominent in the Stanley Brothers sounds from the 40s and early 50s. People would say, well, bluegrass doesn't sell, and what my comment would be back is, well, then why does McDonald's, why does Toyota, why does American Express, all these huge corporations, why do they have a banjo or a mandolin or a dobro or something like that in their commercials? Because it grabs your ear. You will listen to it when you hear it. They are smart enough to figure that out. Why can't the record labels figure that out? So that was my theory, and I think it worked well. Being able to do Webb Pierce songs, do Flat Scruggs songs, be able to do Ray Price songs, and yet do Rodney Crowell songs or Guy Clark songs. I just had a lot of success in the early '80s doing those things, and then finding brand new songs like Heartbroke or like Highway 40 Blues and things like that, and Country Boy. Those were great things.